Hello everybody, and welcome to our next installment of the Viking Tarot deck. And today we're going to be going over one of the minor arcanas, which is Chalices. Now the Chalices is representative by the Vanir. So in this case, the Vanir were indigenous gods. They were disposed by the Aesir and then became their brothers. They are expressions of nature of the sea, connected with water and fertility. Again, they're the element of water, the soul and magic. A season, if you want to go by season, is winter, with the snow and ice. It's a water element there. So we've got 13 cards here, and we're going to go through each one. Now, I'm not going to give a story like I did behind the major arcana, but behind each one, I'll just show the card, who is represented on the card, and then the meaning behind it. So, with the Aces of Chalices, we have Freya. This card represents joy, nourishment, magic. A card like this could represent any one of those. A lot of it depends on the spread, the questions, the time period, things like that. It is a good card. Our next card is the Two of Chalices. And this is represented by lighter. And that is attraction, friendship, and agreement. Could show that, you're going to have new friendships, or there's an attraction to a person, a thing, an idea, a concept, anything like that. Or it could simply mean that you're going to come to an agreement with an issue that's going on. Our Three of Chalices is represented by Gerder with Freya and Idun. This card represents celebrations, conclusions, and relief. If you're going through a hard time right now, this card represents that, hey, it's going to end. This hard time, it's going to end with a big sigh of relief. That's how I see it. It's going to be one of those you're going to want to celebrate, no matter what the issue is. Our Four of Chalices is represented by Skirnir, the servant of Freyr. The representation behind it is for plans, reconsiderations, servility. You're going to make plans. Everybody makes plans, goals, things they want to do, things they're going to do. And you're going to have some reconsiderations of those plans. If your goal is too outrageous, you're going to reconsider it. Things like that. So our Five of Chalices is represented by Freya's crying over the departure of Odin. The Five of Chalices represents loss, fears, and frustration. A simple explanation there. There's going to be a loss of something. It could be something material, a relationship, a trust, anything. There's going to be a loss, and there's going to be fear. Your fears could cause that loss. Now, the Six of Chalices is Torgerder, Holgerberder, and Erpa make the man of wood. This card represents personal gain, gifts, and life. This is a good card. You're gonna, when it's drawn, again, it depends on the spread. I will say that after every card if I need to. You could get a personal gain. You're going to have gifts. You could give gifts, receive gifts. you're going to bring life to something or someone, or someone's going to give you life. And I don't mean, blood or save you or give birth to you, anything like that. No. It's one of those, they're going to give you something to live for. So our 7 of Chalices is the gifts of Torgender and Holgerberter. So this card represents spells, premonitions, and revenge. This doesn't mean that, okay, if this card is drawn, that you're going to start casting spells or anything like that. It means that your dreams are premonitions, or you have this constant feeling of something's going to go wrong, or something or you have to do something because this is what you should be doing. It means it's a premonition. It could also mean that there's revenge involved in whatever the issue is. Did you hurt somebody? Is karma going to come back? Anything like that. There are multiple meanings here, and again, it depends on the spread. It depends on where the card falls, before and after. It also depends on the reader and what they feel when that card is drawn. Alright, so our 8 of Chalices is represented with Nord abandon the Acer after the decline of the gods. This represents premeditation and farsightedness. You're going to make a decision, and it's not one that's out of the blue. You've thought about this for a while. You're looking to the future and be like, okay, if I make this decision, this is what's going to happen. Therefore, you know what? I'm going to do it. Making those logical decisions are good. You're still taking a chance. You're not doing it on a whim. You're thinking about it logically before making that decision. So our 9 of Chalices is represented by Fjolnir. Represents cheerfulness, success, and satisfaction. You're going to have success, or you're going to complete something, you're going to feel satisfied. Or something's going to go, something's going to happen in your life, and it's going to be great. Everybody's going to be happy, cheerful. It's going to be a win. So our 10 of Chalices is represented by Girder. This card represents love, perfection, and rest. And that's not saying you're going to fall in love. Love comes in many forms. You could love your job, and because of that love, they recognize you for it. Guess what? You get a week vacation time. There you go. That's great. I would love that. Maybe I should know. But no, that's just what it represents. And again, as I continually just say, just because the card represents it does not mean that you take it word for word. It depends on the interpretation, the card spread, the questions asked, where it falls, anything like that. Alright, so our next card here is the Knave, and it is represented by Freyr. It means good-looking young man, a lover, a scholar. This card could mean that you got a new love interest coming into play. Could also mean that you're going to continue with studies. You're going to go back to school. You could meet somebody who at a school. Could be a good-looking young man. But, you know, it, again, interpretation on that. Our next card is the Knight of Chalices. And the Knight of Chalices is represented by odor. It's a messenger, invitations, encouragement. So with this card, you know, it could be that you're a messenger for something. There's a message that you need to give or get. It could be added encouragement to you. Things could be going great, and you could be like, all right, I'm good with this here. But when you're good with something, you tend to not slack off, but you don't push with that force to drive it. You just keep going for the ride. And this card can show that, you know, you need that encouragement. You need to, you know, things are going great, that's fine. But you need that encouragement to keep driving and not just go along for the ride. All right, and our Queen of Chalices is represented by Scotty. Means an independent woman, friend, and virtue. Our King of Chalices is Jordan. It's a busy man, authority, science. Now you notice I didn't go into much with the Queen. Independent woman, friend, virtue. That's basically said right there. And now with this one, it could mean that, you know, just because it says busy man does not mean that, you know, you're not busy. It could mean that you're going to get busy. Your time needs to be managed more. You're going to come into a position of authority. You could become a parent. You're going to be busy with kids, and you're their authority. All right, so that wraps up our Chalices area. Now, if you want to learn more about the Vanir, who were represented on these cards, I recommend that you look into Norse mythology. Down in the description, I do have a link for the book that is used out of college that I've kept, that I read and love. Also, make sure you stay tuned. Next Friday, we will be going over pentacles. It's the earth element. You know, we went over the element of water, which consists of the soul and magic. Next week will be earth, or the element of earth with pentacles. We will also be doing the other two minor arcanas again every Friday. And so stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed to us, go ahead and do that and hit that little bell for notifications. We do post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we would love to have you join us on Facebook as well. It's the Enchanted Oak. Again, all the links will be down in the video description. I'll also have all the cards listed there as well, with the name and their meaning, so that you can write it down if you're taking notes and you missed something during the video. Any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, and then I'll get with you as soon as possible to help answer those questions or to take a look at your comments. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next time.